back. This is getting towards the end now, where what we want to do is sort of pretty it up just a little bit. We want to have a black background, we want to have a start button and sort of make it look a bit more gamely. So at the end of the last little video, you'll notice that the ball, when it sort of made its way over here, it bounced around a lot. It sort of didn't seem to behave particularly well. So what I'm going to do, I'll show how to fix that a little bit later by closing these gaps. They sort of tend to be the problem. So we'll get rid of those gaps, but we'll worry about that a bit later. If you're interested, you can sort of continue on to fix it up. But for now, what we want to do is we want to pretty it up by having a black background and a nice little start button in the middle here. And the idea is that when we start the game, the only thing we see is the black background and the start button. When we hit start, obviously the word start will go away and everything else will appear. So we're going to start by just doing a little bit of broadcasting. So I'm not sure if you've done broadcasting yet, but anyway, if you haven't, you're about to. The first thing we want to do is we want to hide all this stuff at the start. So on the red paddle, I am going to grab an event that says when the green flag is clicked and under looks, I want you to hide it. It's pretty much that simple. Now I want that exactly the same on the green paddle. Under events, when the green flag is clicked, I want you to hide it. And that's fine. So, pretty straightforward. Same with the ball. When the green flag is clicked, I want you to hide it. Under looks, and I want you to hide it. Okay. So, all right. The next step. So obviously, if I just test it, if I click the green flag, if I hit that, nothing's there. Okay. So the next part is we need to have a little start button in here. So I'm going to create this start button, but before I do, I need a new backdrop. And really what I want is black. Now there are some others here like stars and blue sky, and you can pick one of those if you wish, or I'm going to paint one just using paint and call it black. Okay, I'll call this one black. There we go. All right, so I've got my two backdrops. There's white, there's black, so I'm only using black. So this next bit where we need to create a start button, it's a little bit tricky because we have to work with the color of white on the background of black. So I'm going to create a new sprite, and I'm going to first of all make sure that my color is set to white. Look, if you wish to use a different color, that's fine, but just bearing in mind that it is on black, so you kind of need to be able to see it fairly easily. So as I said, I've picked white. Grab the text tool from here and just going to type in start, all in capitals. Done. I then want to put a bit of a box around the outside. So I'm going to grab the rectangle tool. It doesn't matter that it's off center at the moment. Don't worry about that. Grab the rectangle tool. Down here where it's either solid or a line, making sure that I've just selected the line. Now it is hard to see it on here, but basically what I want to do is drag a white box around the start word, and it kind of looks fairly centered. And just click on the start sprite so that it looks just like how I want it to look. With that made, I can now come in here and I'm going to call it start. And I do need to move it in the middle, so it looks like that. Fantastic. Just let it save its changes. All right, so all my bits and pieces are hidden. My score left and score right panels, they look hidden because they're black, but they are there. Red paddle is hidden, green paddle is hidden, ball is hidden, and there is my start. So, to get this going, I need to say, hey look, when the green flag is clicked, I want you to show this. So when I see this, I want it to show. And then I need some sort of way to say when this sprite is clicked, when you hit this sprite, we are going to broadcast. And that's what this is for, broadcast. Now I'm going to give it a new message. It could be called message 1, but new message. And we'll call it start. So what this is saying is that when you click this, it's sending out the word start. And then once you've done it, we need to hide it because we don't want it there. Great. Back on the red paddle. What we want to say is, instead of not broadcasting, when I receive start, it's been hidden, I now want to show it. So I'll grab show. So I now have two pieces of code. When the green flag is clicked, it's going to hide it. But when the start button is clicked, it will broadcast the word start. When I receive the word start, I want to show it. And you guessed it, we have to do the same for the others. When I receive start, I want you to show it. And for the ball, when I receive start, I want you to show it. Bingo. Let's give it a shot. So, green flag. And well, nothing's happening here. What's interesting though is that it is actually playing in the background. We might have to fix that one up later. So when the green flag is clicked, everything else is hidden. But we need to click on this start button and bingo, there it is. And like I said, it's kind of playing in the background. We sort of need it to not play. We need to stop it. So we can fix that one a little bit later. So, all right, we've got our start happening. So that's fantastic.